My fellow apes, today we need to have a talk, and we have to have a talk about what the shorts are using against us today. And that is emotion. They've tried everything else. They've tried every single fear FUD tactic underneath the sun, every single article that has come out, and it hasn't caused us the paper hand. Well, guess what? Today, they said, okay, let's short the crap out of the stock and try to make them feel emotion and cause them to panic sell. Because that is exactly what happened from $51.45 all the way down to $39.71. As we saw shorting going on and short sellers trying to leverage our emotion to get us to panic sell. And the one thing that we cannot have in the market is emotion. The market does not care who you are. The market does not care where you come from. The market doesn't care how much money is in your account. The market doesn't care at all. It looks at zeros through nines, and that is it. It doesn't care. It does not read human emotion. It doesn't care at all. So if you feel emotion when you open your portfolio, close your phone, put your phone back down, take a deep breath, open that phone back up, and then look at your portfolio. And if you still feel emotion, then I highly suggest doing what I do, and that's record a trade journal. And every single trade that I perform, I recorded in the journal. I bought AMC at $45. This is the reason why I bought it. Because we have 4.1 million individual investors. We have 80% of the float that we own, and the stock price was at $77 a week ago, for instance. That is what I do. And then if the price drops, I open up that trade journal and then I look at it and go, has anything fundamentally changed about the stock? No. Now it's a great dip buying opportunity because I bought it at this price. Why not buy it at this price? $42? Sure, let's buy it now. That's what I do to sit there and understand what is going on in the stock market. I don't allow my emotions to go, oh no, the stock has dropped. I'm losing like hundreds of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars kind of thing. I look at my portfolio and I go, has anything changed? Nothing has changed. Rationalize yourself through the situation, guys, because it will help you remain convicted. And if you're not convicted within the stock, do some DD, do some research, look at everyone's YouTube videos, Matt Kors, Trace Trades, Matthew Perry, anyone on this kind of stuff. There is a crap ton of YouTubers covering this stock. Guys, remain convicted. Don't let emotion get to you. Don't let the shorts get to you because they're using the last thing that they have. The squeeze is inevitable. It is inevitable, guys. And they're trying to do everything they can not to make it happen. And the last thing that they're using is our emotion trying to divide us. And that's the next thing that I want to talk about is the division that I saw today on Twitter and Discord, on Reddit and all that kind of stuff. We need to stop. We need to help each other out. The apes need to help other apes. I don't care if you're an AMC ape. I don't care if you're a GME ape. We need to help each other out. We need to help guide each other and walk through this together. I don't care if I have to handhold you through this whole entire thing. If that means I'm taking you to the moon, then albeit, I want to make all of us better traders. And the first thing that we have to do is we have to get rid of emotion. And if we get rid of emotion, the shorts are 110% screwed. 110% screwed. And that's just what I have to say, guys. But if you guys have any problems or like want any help or anything like that, feel free to DM me on Twitter. I have my Twitter down in the description of this video. And I will gladly talk to you guys because I want to help everyone become better traders because this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and it's pretty much, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, keep in mind I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice. However, I think this is the best thing and a better odds lottery ticket, in my opinion. That's just me. But guys, remain steadfast, remain convicted, diamond hands all the way to the moon, and it will be a lot easier if we remain convicted, we keep track of it, we remind ourselves, this is why we bought AMC. This is why we bought it. It's at $32 tomorrow, fine, I'm buying the motherfucking dip. Simple as that. I'm buying it because guess what? I know it was at $77 almost a week ago. Nothing has really fundamentally changed besides the fact we've got more bullish news out of this. Just remain convicted, guys. Like, I know I've said it several times. Remain convicted. Know your why. And it will make it a lot easier. But let's dive into the chart and take a look at this chart. Now, I'm going to point out here to you guys exactly where we saw emotion come into this. And it is right here. All the way down. We were oversold here several times on the RSI. And you can see this literally took the price from about $50 all the way down to $39.71. You cannot tell me, sure, there was probably some paper handing going on in this kind of situation. Sure, there was probably some stop loss hunting. Sure, there was probably some panic selling going on this. But you cannot tell me that that alone would send the price going down $11. That is the shorts hitting us in our emotions where it counts the most because we see our account balance falling. And we cannot get emotional about that because if we do, the shorts end up winning. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, I'm going to delete this rectangle here, is we found support at $39.73. We bounced off of it like a champ and it was beautiful. We had a little bit of rejection here, getting back above $42, but we got back above it, and guess what? We found it as support going into the close. We retested here around 330. That is amazing, guys. It is awesome to see that we are finding higher levels of support within this stock. It is nice to see. Keep in mind, we're in really uncharted territory, so we have to look at intraday timeframes, and we can start doing more TA the more data we get in this time frame. Now, if we zoom out here to the 5-day, 5-minute, and take a look at this, you can see over the past 5 days, we've kind of been on, we did a little bit of consolidation, and then we have been kind of on a stair step down kind of thing. Well, guess what? We need to find a base. And I think we found a base here around $40 to $42. In my personal opinion, in the next week, dealing with tomorrow and next week, I think it's going to be a battle really over $40 for this stock. If we can keep the stock over $40, then that is really good. And the reason why I say $40 is if we take a look at next week's option chain and take a look at the $40 strike, 118,243 calls are still open at this strike. You know the shorts are going to do everything that they possibly can to drive this price below $40 because that is a fuck ton of open interest contracts. That is a lot, guys. So I will not be surprised if we are going to be in a David versus Goliath or a Kong versus Godzilla kind of situation here, fighting over $40. I will not be surprised at all. And it is going to be a fight, and be prepared for it, guys. Be prepared for it. But we see in the past 5 days, we were riding up and now we're riding back down. If we zoom out here to the 1 month, 1 hour, and I want to say this, and I'm going to say this again, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. When in doubt, zoom out, guys, because it will help you see how far we've come and where we currently are. Pullbacks are perfectly fine within a stock. It is perfectly fine. We just have to find a period now of consolidation on our base. And I'm really hoping that we found that base at $40 and $42. And if we can keep that base, that is an incredibly bullish base for us. Now, if we take a look here at the chart, we had the bull flag set up and we ended up breaking to the downside of it. Typically, bull flags don't do that. But then again, if we come back here and look at the 1 day, when do you see a lot of stocks sell off this far? You really don't. You really don't. You see shorts heavily come in and drive the price of the stock down from $50 to $39 to try to get people to panic sell, paper hand, etc. Now, if we zoom out here to the year-to-date time frame. Oh, come on, Weeble. Thank you. I want us to really focus in here on our run up. And this shows how far we've come. And we were at $12.03 on the 20th. Today, guys, we are trading at $42. And if we do a Fibonacci retracement and take a look at our high, which was at here at $72.62 during the market trading hours. I'm going to drop this down a little bit so we can get the best result here out of it. Oh, come on. We look at our retracement zone. We're sitting right now at about a 38.2 to 50% retracement zone, which is actually really good and really healthy for the stock. The thing that we need to find, and I'm going to say it again, is a steady base. And hopefully we can find that at $40 and $42, guys. And like I said, RSI, MACD, take them with a grain of salt because really they don't understand what is going on here. They especially don't understand when we see a $50 stock all of a sudden tumble within 30 minutes down to $39. They're going to look at all those red candles and go, well, clearly something's going on here kind of thing. And it's going to drop the RSI and it's going to drop the MACD. They don't understand why that happens. They only look at buys and sells and the price movement. Now, let's take a look here at Stocko Tracker. So we have SSR on for tomorrow because we did drop 10% from our previous close. So the shorts can only hit us on the ask instead of the bid. However, we know that the shorts have commonly found ways around this, and one of the ways around this is shorting the stock through short ETFs. So that is definitely something we will probably see tomorrow. 60,799 calls currently in the money. That is still a lot of calls in the money. $45, we add another 7,781. We have 1.9 million short shares of AMC to borrow, 13,214 short ETFs to borrow out of 1.48 million short ETFs. Now, the thing that I want to do is I want to take a look here at the short ETFs because there's many ETFs that have AMC inside of it. And the thing that we want to take a look at is the allocation of AMC within that ETF, because the more allocation that AMC has in that ETF, the stronger the weight and the more shorts are likely here. And SFYF has a 13.76 allocation of AMC within it. 0 short ETFs available. You see that all of these really more smaller allocated ETFs have short shares available, and the ones that have more, this one here at 3.76, 752 short ETFs. Look at me, I can't get my tongue around me, but this is exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing shorting through AMC, and we're also seeing shorting through short ETFs also, guys. Got to keep that in mind. Now, the other thing, I'm going to talk about it, failures to deliver. I cannot wait to get failures to deliver for the second and third. I think it's going to be absolutely huge and possibly could be a very bullish catalyst for this stock. If we have millions of FTDs on the second and the third, I would not be surprised in the least. That's just me. But let's talk about Ortex. Now, Ortex and S3 partners have been kind of shaky. I'm still going to use it, but I'm going to say this now. Take this with a grain of salt, guys. Ultimately, know your why, remain convicted within the stock, and it will help you so much. This is just simple data to just add on to our conviction. We had a short interest change of 5% to the downside today. We saw 9.07 million shares returned. We saw 4.85 million shares borrowed. Definitely makes sense considering what we saw. So there was a net borrow change of 4.22 million shares to the downside. Cost of borrow fee is obviously lower because there is more short shares that are available. Our utilization is sitting at 79.21%. Our free float on loan is still sitting at 16.5%. Our estimated short interest is still sitting at 12.7%. And Ortex tweeted about this yesterday. A lot of the short shares that they saw returned weren't actually shorted shares. So you can have a short position on loan, which means you're paying the cost of borrow fee annually. and you can hold those shares and not put them into the market yet. There's a difference between that, and that's free float on loan. Estimated short interest is short shares that were put into the market. So those are the two differences between that. And Ortex said that they saw a lot of shares on loan being returned, not shorted shares being returned. There sure might have been shorted shares returned, but the on loan balance has drastically dropped by over 50 million shares in the past 7 days, guys. So have the shorts covered? Possibly some of them have, but there is still a lot of outstanding short interest within the stock, and we have to keep that in mind. Also, when you add 84.37 million shares plus the 61.7, along with the news that Adam Aaron gave us, we are easily over 100% trading of the total float. In my opinion, that is just me. And if we're trading over 100% of the total float, we have another GameStop situation on our hands, and it is only a matter of time. It is inevitable. The shorts know it. We know it. We just have to persevere and remain emotionless as long as we possibly can, Apes, because we can go to the moon, and this thing will absolutely go to the moon. But that's what I got for you guys today. It's a little bit of a different video, but really, guys, remain convicted, know your why. If you need any help or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter and I will gladly help you guys out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.